Get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Jason Bible. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today.
Welcome to the show.
Get ready. The guy that will put your
All right,
fears
Jay.
behind you is on the air now.
You ready?
Yes, I'm ready to go.
All right. Hot mics in 3, 2, 1.
877-881-0271. Now here's your host, Jason Bible.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. 713-785-1817. Theme for today's show: now is the time to be a landlord. Theme for today's show: building wealth through rental properties. I was chatting with, last night we had a great event. We had over 100 folks here, a lot of new people, like 70% were new. Great event. On our Thursday nights, we do our free nights Thursday night. We all can come check us out, see what Right Path's all about. We also have our Pathfinder and Basecamp meetings. They're actually in my office. Go to the end of the hall and poke your head in, kind of look through the window there. You'll see a bunch of people sitting around a conference table. Meetings. They're actually in my... And those are the folks that are have signed up for our group, and we're helping them build their real estate portfolios. And I had a couple of folks grab me before I got on stage and said, "Hey, what do you think's going on? You know, storm stuff. We're looking at properties, looking at flood houses, try to make offers. What do you think's going on here in the market?" And I said, "Look, this is like 2008 all over again for those areas of town that are impacted. It's just like foreclosures running rampant. In fact, we're going to see in certain neighborhoods that were flooded, foreclosures are going to shoot through the roof about a year from now." So they said, "Well, what should we do? I mean, what is it? Time to flip? Is it time to wholesale? What is it? I said, "Well, what is it you guys are doing?" And they said, "Well, you know us, we're buy and hold landlords." And I said, "Look, the window for landlords right now is get in with both hands." And they said, "Why do you say that?" I said, "Well, we don't have any retail sales of houses after the flood. Meaning, we don't have any sales of properties that were impacted by the flood." And by impacted, I mean adversely impacted. When an appraiser goes out to appraise your property, they're going to look at the pre-flood prices. There's really no other way to do it. I mean, everything else is kind of a random guess for an appraiser at this point. So right now, the most important thing to do is to get as many rental properties as you can. Get your hands on all of them, because appraisals are going to start to fall. Values are going to start to fall. However, you're buying at post-storm prices, but your appraisals are going to come at pre-storm appraisals. What you're really doing is chasing the market down. And what that allows you to do is artificially store more equity into your mortgages. Meaning you're able to buy houses cheaper and use a pre-storm ARV to get a loan on those properties. Now is the time to go all in on rental properties. But Jason, what happens if the house flooded and everyone's scared and nobody knows what those neighborhoods are worth? You're absolutely right. This is exactly like 2008 all over again. We don't know what these houses are worth. We know what they should rent for. We got a pretty good idea that lease rates are going to increase. In fact, one of the things I've said is this storm has bailed out landlords, multifamily and single family. What do I mean by that? Single family rentals lease rates have been almost flat for about 18 months. And the same could be said for multifamily. And more multifamily units keep coming on every day. This storm bailed out multifamily because there were so many impacted units that as soon as those units flooded, those residents needed to find another place to live. We're seeing the same thing on single family. We've got single family rental properties. First thing we told our tenants is, you got to get your stuff out. You got 5 days to get your stuff out or we're taking it out. It's all destroyed anyway because we got to get in there and repair that property. Class A multifamily, I'll never forget, we didn't know exactly how we were going to wade through these waters. But we sat back and looked at the Class A multifamily space. I'm like, we'll just follow their footsteps. It wasn't but 2 or 3 days after the storm that Class A operators sent 5-day notices to all of their units that were impacted by the storm and said, get out. Get out or we're going to evict you. Technically, it was like, it's a 5-day eviction. You need to get out because we've got to get in there and fix these units. They're not healthy to live in. So as soon as a Class A operator did that, we immediately went to our tenants and said, hey, guys, time to go. It's not healthy to live in these units. And actually, none of the people that were impacted by our houses were living there at the time. We just said, hey, you got to get your stuff out. Because we've got to get in there and rehab those units. We've got to get in there and fix those properties. So what does that cause? We now have a housing shortage in Houston. I mean, technically, we haven't been anywhere close to a normal balanced market since 2010. I mean, we are running almost 8 years now of less than 6 months of inventory on market. And this just made it that much worse. But if you're a landlord out there or you're someone who's interested in becoming a landlord, now is the time to get in. And I know what you're thinking, Jason, we don't know what these houses are worth, and we don't know what they're going to rent for, and we don't know what the insurance is going to be, and we don't know this, and we don't know that. Yes, you're absolutely right. But in times of turbulence like this are the times to go in and buy these assets and turn them around. Here's the reality. FEMA is not going to rebuild these houses. Homeowners can only rebuild so many houses that they live in. There are a lot of homeowners that don't want to live in these houses ever again. That's when investors need to step up and fix these neighborhoods. That's absolutely what needs to happen. Real estate investors need to step up, buy these houses, fix them up, get them back on the market. Why do investors need to step in? Because if investors don't step in now, these neighborhoods are going to get crushed by a wave of foreclosures and physically distressed properties coming on the market. The people who still live in these neighborhoods are going to get obliterated. Their equity is going to get destroyed. Investors need to step in and buy all of this inventory. If we don't buy this inventory, these neighborhoods are going to get obliterated, like 50, 60% write-downs. And we can't have that. Or these houses will go vacant, and they'll turn into meth labs and crack dens. And we don't want that either. We've got to step in and buy all these assets. The reality is in order for you to do that, you've got to know what you're doing. And I'll tell you what, I don't know anybody in the city of Houston right now that's teaching how to buy flooded houses.
2 minutes.
It's a different animal than buying a regular house. We're teaching that. We're teaching that at our free events. We're teaching it at our weekend retreats. Not only are we teaching it, not only are we training people on it, we're doing it. This isn't like real estate education, like I think this is how the market works. I haven't bought a single family house in 30 years. No, we're doing it every day. Literally the Saturday after the storm blew through, we bought our first flood house from the storm. There's a right way to do this, and there's a big time wrong way to do this. In fact, if you guys were listening to the radio show a couple weeks ago, I had Dr. Scott Patlovich on talking about health issues related to mold.
1 minute.
I'm going to bring him back on the show probably next week. And we're going to talk about what do we do now? What are homeowners looking for as it relates to mold abatement? What do we need to provide those homeowners and tenants when we rebuild those houses? So we're doing this every day. This isn't theory to us. This is practice. If you want to learn how to do this, if you want real training, boots on the ground, Jason, how do I do this? Come to our free events. Go to our weekend retreat. Get back from the break. We're going to talk more about buying flood houses. It's Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mic's off.
Do it.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your deals.
I like it.
Well, you can. Quest IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we offer retirement accounts that can be used to invest in real estate, promissory notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals all over the country. We don't sell any investments or give advice. However, we do hold free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary peer work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Are you expecting to close accurately, on time, and with lots of communication on your home purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you.
We got 30
seconds. We have the energy to make this your best home purchase ever. Give us a call today to find out the simple steps to get started. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, the Hernandez team at Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Jennifer.legacymutual.com or call 713-579-3611. Again, Jennifer.legacymutual.com. We can't wait to consult with you soon. NMLS 514497.
Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. NMLS 514497.
This is Business 1110.
Call Jason at 713-785-1817 and look for us on Facebook Live at facebook.com/.
All right, Jay. Hot mics, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Let's talk about buying flooded houses. Everybody's scared right now, and they really shouldn't be. Did a presentation last night on how to market to flood houses we've bought, explaining the process. One of the things everyone needs to be aware of is that Houston is not going anywhere. One stat I like to pull out is if Houston were its own country, it would be the 25th largest economy in the world. If Houston were its own country, it'd be the 25th largest economy in the world. Somewhere between the Netherlands and Belgium. So this city ain't going anywhere. The idea that, oh my gosh, FEMA's going to come in and bulldoze all these neighborhoods, that's not going to happen either. I mean, just in Memorial alone, you're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars of real estate. It's not going anywhere. Here's what I can tell you. The more affluent sides of town, this will never happen again. They're going to use all their political power to make sure it doesn't happen again. Another thing I hear is, well, Jason, those people are just going to move to other sides of the city. Really? You think somebody who's got a $5 million house in Piney Point's going to move where exactly? You got a $3 million house in Memorial. Where exactly are they going to move to? There's only a handful of very affluent sides of town. They're not moving. No, they're going to get their house rebuilt, and you thought it was beautiful before. It's going to be amazing now. They're not moving anywhere. They're going to rehab them, move back into them. But if you think for a second that those floods are going to happen again, think again. I was here for Tropical Storm Allison in the medical center, and during my career there, it took us about 10 years to get ready for the next storm. Just our facilities alone, we spent $110 million on upgrading to make sure we didn't have a storm. We didn't have the impact like we had from Tropical Storm Allison. And guess what? They survived and thrived. They were actually, a lot of medical center was open the day after the flooding stopped. Of course, nobody could get there, but they were open. I mean, they could be open for business. So I can tell you for a fact, it's not going to happen again like it did before. It'll be a whole different side of town that floods. It'll be a different neighborhood. Of course, it'll all be a shock to everybody. Oh my gosh, can't believe this side of town flooded. Who would have thought? Well, because the other side of town upgraded all their infrastructure. So reality is that Houston's not going anywhere. If you remember back to 2008 when everyone was freaking out about the mortgage crisis, people losing their jobs, houses going into foreclosure, I heard all the time, well, Jason, I don't know. I mean, these houses might not be here anymore. I mean, these A-Leaf might only be worth $50,000 a house. What are houses selling for in A-Leaf now? Oh, Sunnyside. I mean, we were buying houses for $20,000 out back in 2008. What are they selling for now? Oh, Missouri City was crushed. Quail Valley. I mean, those houses were going for $70,000. What are they going for now? I mean, that's what's going to happen here. You're going to see over the next 2 years, some of these neighborhoods are just going to be absolutely demolished financially. People are going to move out. They can't afford the mortgages anymore. They didn't have flood insurance. They flooded. They're going to get foreclosed on. A whole bunch of homeowners are going to put stuff on the market that is physically distressed, that is going to destroy the retail market. And people are going to be running for the hills. I've already seen it. There's a big investor group here in town who's already told their real estate folks, the folks that are in their club, don't buy flooded houses. And in fact, some of them are liquidating their portfolios. And we're saying, oh, yeah, we'll take them. Bring them all in. We'll buy everything you got. Because now's the time to start buying those houses. Because here's the problem. This is when the community needs us to step up. This is when the community needs us to help them rebuild. I mean, during the year, during normal times, yeah, people need to sell distressed assets. House that hadn't been updated in a million years. House that's got foundation, roof, HVAC issues, plumbing, that sort of thing. And we'll buy those. But this is the time real estate investors need to step up. And I'll tell you, I think it's a real disservice when there are certain real estate organizations in town that are telling people not to buy flooded houses. I think it's terrible. Actually, I think it's actually immoral. It's sure as hell unethical. Because now's the time for real estate investors to step up and start buying in those neighborhoods. Because if real estate investors don't, those neighborhoods go down quickly. They circle the drain fast. What happens when you have a neighborhood that has a 50% vacancy, or when 25% of the houses listed on the market are distressed? What happens to the value of all the other houses in that neighborhood? It declines rapidly. Our job as real estate investors is to step in when the rest of the market steps out. That's our job as real estate investors. We are the backstop in a collapsing market. That's what we do. We buy houses when the rest of the world won't. That's when we step up and get to work. And it's unfortunate that some people are telling folks don't buy flood houses. My guess is those educators don't know how to buy them without taking out the risk. That's what we teach. Now, is it completely risk-free? Absolutely not. There's going to be risk in anything. Heck, there's risk in driving your car to work. But here's what I can tell you. I can tell you that there's a way to do this. There's a way to buy these houses in such a way that it's great for the community and it works out great for the investor. Because the alternative is something we don't want to see happen. We don't want to see entire neighborhoods in Houston collapse in value. It's 200,000 houses. That's the number that keeps getting thrown out. 200,000. And we can't let those neighborhoods decline in value. Buy as many flood houses as you can get your hands on. This is a perfect time to get into real estate. Getting a couple of questions here on Facebook. I'll go ahead and address those. Nathan says, what's your thought on buying up a bunch of low-income houses that were flooded? Here's the problem with low-income houses. They typically don't have enough value in them to rehab them. In other words, it's going to cost you more to buy them and rehab them than what the house is worth. I had a couple of guys grab me last night before the meeting started, and we were chatting just about this. Say, hey, man, I just went by, and he told me the zip code, and he said, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do with this house. The guy wants, he didn't even tell me what the seller wanted. He said, the house needs $40,000 in work, and it's worth $50,000. I mean, there's not anything I can do there. I really don't know what the solution is for the lower-end houses. I don't. If they need more rehab than they're worth, I mean, Here's the other problem. We think there are 4, if not 5 different tiers of, let's call it, devaluations that are going to take place. There's houses that have flooded once during Harvey. They've never flooded before. The neighborhood's never flooded. We think those are going to take a 10, 15% haircut, meaning they're going to be worth 10 to 15% less. I will tell you this. There is a common misconception out there that if my neighbor's house flooded and mine didn't, my house is going to be worth more. Nothing could be further from the truth. I'll give you an extreme example of that. Meyerland. If I lived in Meyerland, I'd push to get the neighborhood renamed. I mean, just at this point, most of Meyerland didn't flood. The streets did. Most of Meyerland and Bel Air didn't flood. However, there's this stigma that it's just that the houses are built in a lake. I mean, it's just, especially from out of town folks. So what do you do with those lower end properties? I have no idea. But let's go down these tiers. Let me tell you what the tier is for the houses that are going to take the absolute brunt of the declining market. And that is those houses that you can't get flood insurance for. So what's your solution if you can't get flood insurance for a property? One is demolish it and build new. You're going to have to build a raised foundation, probably a pier and beam, or bring dirt in and bring the property up.
2 minutes.
The second thing you'll have to do is raise the existing house. Now, I get different quotes depending on the property, but a good rule of thumb is about $50 per square foot, per foundation square foot. Meaning, if I got a 2,000 square foot house and it needs to be lifted, it costs about $100,000. Now, if you're hearing for this for the first time, you're probably thinking you can lift a post-tension slab foundation. You absolutely can. You get underneath that house and they lift it up. It is wild to see. Picking a house up. It's going to cost about $100,000 for that 2,000 square foot one-story house.
1 minute.
What happens if that house is worth $200,000? You can't get flood insurance for it now, and you got to lift it. Well, that house is not worth $200,000 anymore, is it? It's worth $100,000 because you got to get it lifted. Fortunately, those homeowners who cannot get flood insurance are going to take the brunt of the devaluations. If there's an entire neighborhood full of these things, it's even worse. Because here's the problem. Can you get a mortgage on a property that requires flood insurance, but you can't get flood insurance? If it's flooded 3 or 4 times, 5 times, are you going to be able to get flood insurance for that next owner? Who wants to insure that house? The other thing is what happens when the new flood maps come out. We get back from the break. We'll talk more about flooded houses in Houston, Texas. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mic's off.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree. Single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
Have you ever experienced the pain of trying to get MLS comps for your hot lead? If you've lost deals waiting for MLS comps, you can understand the frustration. How much would it help you if you no longer had to wait for a real estate agent to get you the info you need to close a deal? Propelio is a brokerage website that gives you instant 24/7 access to high-equity lead lists and comps with access to a network of the top real estate agents. Get an edge on everyone else. Get a free 7-day trial today by going to getmlscomps.com now. That's getmlscomps.com.
Investor loans offering up to 100% financing are still available. You just have to know where to look. Look no further than Noble Mortgage. Noble Mortgage is a full-service mortgage company that's been helping investors since 2003. Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing to investors that covers purchase, repairs, and closing costs. In addition to private money, Noble Mortgage offers conventional loans, FHA, and even no-income documentation loans for both residential and commercial properties. Call and ask about our 5-point guarantee, which includes free pre-qualifications within 2 business days. Call 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com. Our team has over 50 years experience in the mortgage industry. Call us today, 713-680-8100, or visit us on the web, noblemoney.com, noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth.
We got 2
or more
minutes.
importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts, Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
All right, we got less than a minute.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
This is Business in 1110.
Call Jason at 713-785-1817 and look for us on Facebook Live at Facebook.
All right, Jay. Hot mics in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. 713-785-1817. Taking questions on Facebook. This is the best time to be a landlord. If you're doing this right, it's a great time to buy property. I can tell you right now some personal stories. We've had friends of ours tell us who have gotten flooded that when they were putting their children into life jackets to put onto a flat bottom aluminum boat, and they were taking this boat away from their house, they looked back at the house and they said, never again will we live here. I'm not doing this again. I'm not putting my kids in a life vest so I can escape my house. There are a lot of Houstonians that are like that. We've also heard stories of kids with their parents when it starts raining. They wonder when the flood is coming in. So reality is there's a lot of people who are going to be moving around Houston. They just don't want to live where they're at anymore. And I get it, right? I mean, it makes total sense to me. So in that case, someone's going to have to step in and buy those houses. It's difficult to get a loan on a property that essentially has no infrastructure 4 feet and below. It's just sticks. There's no kitchen. There's no bathroom. There's no flooring. Most mortgages won't apply to those sorts of deals. So an investor needs to step in and rehab that house. Investors need to step in, rehab those houses, and then rent them. There's a great opportunity here to build wealth and help the community at the same time. Somebody's got to do it. FEMA's not going to do it. County's not going to do it. City's not going to do it. None of those guys are going to do it. It's up to us as real estate investors to go out there and pick up the pieces of Houston real estate. And I'll tell you, your window is about 24 months. You can't sit here and wait forever. This is going to be it's a short window. When 2008 struck, it was over by 2010. Although people were still teaching how to buy foreclosures, that whole market ended in less than 2 years. It was gone. And it was back to normal markets. You've got about a 24-month window to pick up the single-family real estate that you would like to put into your portfolio and to really help out Houston. You've got 24 months. Clock is running. If you want to learn how to do this, if you want real training from people who are doing this every single day, you can come to one of our events. Come on out to our weekend retreat. September weekend retreat's completely sold out. We opened up our October weekend retreat on Wednesday night. And as of last night, it was half full. It was half sold out already. So if you're interested in learning how to buy the flood houses the right way, to rehab them the right way, if you really want solid training and knowledge and how to do this, our weekend retreat is where we teach folks how to do that. It's really the only training that we do aside from our free events. And we can teach you how to do that. What are these things worth? How do you evaluate them? Is there a difference between a house that took 2 or 3 inches of water or 4 feet of water? Is there a difference in value between a house that's flooded 4 or 5 times or a house that's flooded once? Talk about all that at the weekend retreat. How do you sign up for it? Go to rightpathrealestate.com. Rightpath, R-I-G-H-T, pathrealestate.com. You can sign up there. Or you can send an email to support, S-U-P-P-O-R-T, at rightpathrealestate.com. And Veronica can get you all signed up. But I'll tell you, these classes are filling up quick because we're one of the few, I think we're one of the only ones that are promoting, let's go after these flood houses. Let's go. Let's build these neighborhoods back. We've got all the construction crews. We've got all the money lined up. We know what type of rehab to do. We know what to buy these at. I mean, investors have got all the solutions for this problem. It's not an easy problem to fix, but it's a problem we can easily fix. But you got to have the right training. And if you're not working with a real estate company that is actively doing this in this market, it can be detrimental to your wealth. Support at Right Path Real Estate at rightpathrealestate.com. That's a place where you can look us up. Now is the time, folks. Now is the time to be buying these rental properties. Like I said, it's like 2008 all over again. We are in the preseason of 2008 in some of these neighborhoods. In about 6 to 12 months, it's going to be game time. And you're going to have about 12 months after that to go in and buy these houses. That's it. These neighborhoods aren't going to, you're not going to have these opportunities for 5 years. It's a very tight window. Housing in Houston recovers extremely fast compared to the rest of the market. I mean, you blink, it's gone. I'll tell you, a year from now, people are going to be talking about, oh, yeah, man, I went through that flood and destroyed my house, and I bought another one, and, you know, I mean, it was awful. We lost everything, and, you know, now life's getting pretty much back to normal. It'll be inside of a year. You will be amazed how fast this city turns around. You got 24 months. In less time than it takes you to get a graduate degree, you can help the city and build some wealth. I mean, it's a total win-win. Who else is going to do it? Banks aren't doing it. FEMA's not going to do it. County's not going to do it. City's not going to do it. Who else is going to come and fix all these houses? These homeowners don't want to stay in these houses. You know, they don't want anything to do with them. They just move their entire life to the curb. They need somebody like a real estate investor to step in and buy that house. There's a lot of people that think that they're going to do this class action lawsuit against the county, against the Army Corps of Engineers. That thing's not going to go anywhere. If it does, it's not going to be what you need. A lot of people are holding out hope. A lot of folks are starting to learn the ins and outs of flood insurance and what's covered there and what's not covered. At the end of the day, these folks aren't going to come in and save you. And I don't know what the best course of action is. Fix it up and live in it or sell it. And it's a real estate investor that's going to be able to do that. Hey, Jason, should I be a part of this class action lawsuit? And I'm like, well, what do you expect to get? Heck, I'll tell you, even the buyouts. So when the county comes in and buys a group of properties because they were built in a now floodplain, FEMA writes a check to the county. County comes in and buys it. I saw a quote from Ed Emmett. That alone is going to take 15 to 24 months once the funds have been approved. So you're talking about 2 years. You want to live in some of these houses for 2 years? Do you want to be making that mortgage payment for 2 years? In fact, mortgage companies have put a 12-month forbearance on mortgages of people who are impacted by Harvey while they're going through all these different avenues. Problem is, house needs $100,000 in rehab. FEMA's not going to pay that. Average FEMA claim is actually $40,000. That's the average FEMA claim. And if you don't have flood insurance, FEMA's not going to write a $100,000 check. So let's say they do. FEMA comes in, you're lost $125,000. They write you a $125,000 check. Who's going to manage that rehab? You can't live there while you're doing a rehab that big. You can't live upstairs. See a lot of people doing that, living upstairs. You can't live upstairs for a rehab like that. Your house is going to be a construction site. This is for us. We can do $30,000 of work a month. And that's in a vacant house. It's 3.5 months. Actually, $125,000, it's a little over 4 months.
2 minutes.
But on an owner-occupied property, I bet it takes a year. What do you think the permitting process is going to look like? Some of y'all are going to find out what the 50% rule is with the county or with the city. The house is appraised, say your property's appraised at $200,000. The house is appraised at $150,000. They're only going to allow you to do $75,000 in rehab. But you had a $125,000 loss. What are you going to do? Can't get the work done cheaper. What happens? So there's a lot of people that are holding out hope right now. I think the city is still in shock. City is still in shock. We're starting to get into recovery mode, but city's still in shock.
1 minute.
But ultimately, what are they going to do? Everyone's holding out hope for all these different... It's grasping onto straws, right? Grasping onto strings. It's like, oh, but FEMA's going to come and write me a check, and oh, maybe they'll buy my house out. Oh, maybe this class action lawsuit will work. It's not. It's not going to work. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to work. It didn't work in Tropical Storm Allison. It didn't happen in Ike. It didn't happen in Katrina. I mean, next 24 months, investors are going to have to step in. We get back to a break. We're going to talk more about flood properties. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mic's off.
Are you a realtor or seller that is concerned about the new TRID rules and closing on time? I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer at Legacy Mutual Mortgage, and we have mastered the 30-day close. We close on time, accurately, and with tons of communication. You'll have a dedicated team of a coordinator and a contract-to-close associate. Give me a call today at 713-579-3611, and let's talk about how we can help you on your next transaction. NMLS 514497.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip, rehab, or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
Real estate investors, if you're not familiar with Quest IRA, let me tell you what you're missing. We've got free weekly educational classes, networking opportunities, and the ability to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office or join us remotely as we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or visit our website at questira.com.
Rehab loans, conventional loans, FHA, and no-income documentation loans can seem scary unless you have the right mortgage company to guide you through the process. Since 2003, Noble Mortgage has been helping investors just like you. Whether rehabbing houses, buying your first home, rental, or commercial property, Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing. Call Noble Mortgage at 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair
2
is
minutes.
a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825 or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Have you ever experienced the pain of trying to get MLS comps for your hot lead? If you've lost deals waiting for MLS comps, you can understand the frustration. How much would it help you if you no longer had to wait for a real estate agent to get you the info you need to close a deal? Propelio is a brokerage website that gives you instant 24/7 access to high-equity lead lists and comps with access to a network of the top real estate agents. Get an edge on everyone else. Get a free 7-day trial today by going to getmlscomps.com now. That's getmlscomps.com.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree. Single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com.
Hey, Jay.
That's 281-915-0906.
Okay. We're coming back.
This investment is offered to accredited investors.
This is Business 1110.
Call Jason at 713-785-1817.
All right, Jay. Hot mics in 3, 2, 1.
At facebook.com/rightpathrealestate.
I'm reading this hilarious article. I rarely step into politics anymore because I'm just too busy for it. But I'm reading this hilarious article about Hillary Clinton and the Russians who allegedly spent $50,000 in Facebook to sway the election. I'll tell you, we spend millions of dollars a year on marketing, and you're telling me that a couple of Russian dudes with a $50,000 checking account on Facebook swayed the election? They would be the best marketing people ever. I mean, they could be billionaires overnight just running an ad agency. But in any case, I think it's pretty funny. I posted they're claiming that they spent $50,000 in ads that might have originated in Russia. And the Facebook total U.S. advertising revenue for that time of year was $26 billion. So I don't think that $50,000 swayed anybody's vote. But anyways, funny nonetheless. I guess they think we're real stupid. That's what I'm starting to believe here. I'm starting to think that the media really just thinks that us common folks here out in flyover country are morons. But I don't watch the news anymore. I've just gotten to the point where I'm like, it doesn't even make any sense. Especially since Trump got into office. It's amazing. It's a lot like real estate education. There's what happens out in the real world, and then there's what ends up on the nightly news, right? It's kind of like what the real estate guru says from stage and then what actually happens in the real world. They're two totally different things. So in any case, folks, if you want real training on how to do this, how to run this like a business, if you want training from, you got to, the nuts and bolts, like this is what you've got to do today to get to where you want to go, our weekend retreat's a place to do that. That's where we do it. That's where we show you guys how to buy houses. Flood houses, non-flood houses, how to evaluate them, how to manage a rehab, how to estimate a rehab. All that stuff happens at our weekend retreat. And we give you all of it. There's actually 8 modules that we go over. I talked about that last night. I really hadn't shared that before, but that's what we do. It's 8 modules. And at the end of the weekend retreat, you're armed with the knowledge to go out and implement this stuff. It's a lot, I'll tell you that. It's a lot. It's kind of like drinking from a fire hose, but we give it all to you. And then you can go out and implement that and begin to build your real estate business. But if you're not looking to build your real estate business, probably not worth your time. But if you're listening to this radio show, watching me on Facebook Live, you ought to be at that event. It's October 20th, 21st, and 22nd. You can go to the website, rightpathrealestate.com. You can sign up there. Love to see you guys there. It's a fantastic event. We also do a VIP package. All that stuff's on the website. I want to thank everybody coming out to the event last night and the webinar. We had over 800 people register for the webinar. We will do another one again, but I don't know when. So as soon as we schedule that, we'll send it out to you guys. We've got a couple of events before our October weekend retreat. Typically they're on Thursday nights, so you're welcome to come out to those. And for those of y'all who are signed up for the weekend retreat next weekend, we'll see you there. It's going to be a packed house.
30
It'll be a great event. And for those of you who missed the September weekend retreat, you better sign up for October because it's already half full. So thanks for listening, folks. It's Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. I'll be back Monday to talk more about flood houses and what happened over the weekend. Thanks for listening. It's Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
All right, Jay. I'll talk to you later.
Cool. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. Find Jason